Day Live. I'm Michelle Murad, along with Kyle Trueblood, and we have Arielle Caputo and Pranna Betty's the Black Shaman. Hey. You guys match our studio.
And match each other.
Match each other.
Color coordination is out of this world. Yeah.
Unplanned.
At this point, I'm wondering, is my head even showing because of the
Right.
background?
Floating face around
Yeah,
there.
you're right.
Let's see you in the cut. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, you're looking at the monitor. Well, thank you so much for being here. We're clearly on the same wavelength because, I mean, they're clearly on the same wavelength.
Right,
You're
right,
matching, but
right.
then you've got the orange turban, so you're totally matching our studio.
Yeah.
So I
Thank
feel
you.
like we're just on the same wavelength. And we met at Natasha Graziano's red carpet.
Yes.
And I was like, I want him on our show. I didn't know Arielle yet. So I'm so glad that you're on our show too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Tell me about this book and how this happened.
This was a collaboration, and me and Arielle, we met about 3 years ago, actually, on Instagram, and we instantly connected. And believe it or not, she's actually a major part of why I moved to LA.
Oh,
Really?
so sweet.
So yeah, before I came out here, we had talked over the phone and decided that we would play the part of helping raise humanity in any way that we could, and this is part of it, giving the book to you all. So we came up with that, and the ideas in it are just amazing. From everything from what you put on your body every day and what you wear, and what you ingest and eat, put in your mouth, is all about raising the consciousness and the enlightenment of one. So Arielle, you want to speak on that?
I was gonna say, we became really good friends. He would come over all the time and I'd cook dinner. And then he'd be like, you should try using this ingredient or try using this. And he just kept dropping these gems all the time, from like which skincare product to use to
Do tell. What
sea
skincare?
moss.
What is it?
He turned me on to an incredible one that's all sea moss.
Oh, I just had this smoothie that had sea moss in it.
Yes, so he would start telling me like, hey, sea moss carrot is one of the highest frequency plants on the planet, and by consuming it, it raises the frequency of your body. And so he would just give me all these gems, and so I started implementing them in my house, eating them, putting on our body, everything from also laundry detergents to protein powders to, most of my diet is now raw organic fruits and sprouts.
Amazing.
And then friends would come over to the house and be like, oh, it feels amazing in here. Or how do you look so good? Same with him. He looks amazing. And
Thank you.
so then it just led to both of us were like, let's write a book. Let's put everything that you're teaching me into a book. I was like, I feel like you're a walking encyclopedia.
Right.
So I was like,
Cool.
I'm organized. I'll put it together if you just keep giving me all the gems. And so I told him, I said, I know you're busy, but I was like, even if you just voice note every day when something pops in your mind, send me the voice note and then I'll put it on paper. And so that's
awesome.
that's what we started doing. And then here we go.
I love that. So when did this, when was this baby book born?
Gave birth to this. Has it been?
I think last fall.
Yeah,
I'd have to
last fall. I would
let's
agree with that.
say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes,
Here's
absolutely.
my question. What was it that you guys didn't know each other yet? What did you see in each other that was like, oh, that's my person? Like that's a likeness, kind of a mind.
Well, true story and weird. So when I was doing,
Weird true
Love
story.
I was like, how weird do you want it?
Like,
Super
go
weird.
right into the
The
story.
weirder the better.
Okay.
when we were doing the live, and she was on, she was like one of the people that you would probably think was trying to start something in the sense of making me feel like you don't know what you're talking about, because she just kept coming. She kept coming. I was like,
Let me preface. He was doing an Instagram live with a mutual friend. So the friend was interviewing him. So he was answering these questions, and they were really good. So I was in this conversation in the chats, like, and what about this? And what about this? And what
she
about
just
this?
kept coming. So I was like, who is this person? Like, So after the live was over, I asked a mutual friend, I said, do you know who that was that just kept making comments? Like, I hadn't read the comments at that point. So when I kind of looked back and seen that they were all positive, I said, are you connected with her? And the mutual friend said, yeah, she's actually a really wonderful person.
That's awesome.
Something that stood out to me when we connected is that she had blue eyes. So
Beautiful.
Thank you.
the work that I do, I'm always constantly channeling things. And 2 days before we did the live, the universe had brought it to me that I was going to meet a woman with blue eyes.
Wild. I love it.
Yeah, so it didn't dawn on me at that time. So we had a conversation and we talked, and while we were talking, I actually looked into her eyes. I was like, wait a minute. And I asked her, I said, what is your sign? Because the universe had also told me her sign.
What was her sign? What did the universe say?
Tell them your sign.
Gemini.
Gemini. I asked her that, it kind of blew my mind, and it just brought me back to what was told to me, and I was like, okay, this is it. So we talked, and we talked about collaborations, and I moved here to LA, and the work began.
Pranna, you are by far the most mysterious man we have had on the show. What drives you? Like, when Pranna goes home, what is he focused on? What are his goals? Where is he trying to go to?
Elevation, motivation, good heart intentions, everything that helps raise the consciousness of the people, the animals, just the earth itself.
Do flies have feelings?
Excuse me?
Do flies have feelings?
Yes.
Yeah, they
flies
do.
have
I'm
feelings.
wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong.
Flies have feelings. Absolutely.
Apparently shouldn't say that on a first date, but I was like, I'm on a first date, and I'm like, flies have feelings, and it's getting held against me. I was like, but
yeah.
I'm with you, yeah.
We worked on a show together, and we went on a date. And during that date, he was saying all these things that I thought were so funny because I'm a writer. And so I started taking notes in my phone of all the things he said, and one of the things was that flies have feelings. And I was reading them to him yesterday, and he was like, "Well, let's ask Alexa." But we really should have been asking you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the
yeah,
life
yeah.
course, yeah.
Yeah, actually, flies are an indicator of something that's meant to happen and was going to happen regardless of what you may feel.
Really?
Yeah, so it's always good to see flies, let you know that you're in the right place doing what needs to be done.
This
Favorite?
is all he does every day.
Every day.
You'll
I'm
be in a
getting that more.
conversation, suddenly
Yeah.
he's educating you, and you're like, wow.
Like, wow, okay. Yeah, like I
Pay
got, now
attention to
I
the
learned about
flies.
flies, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
All day long.
that's amazing. Yeah, like you gravitate towards great humans, apparently. What books do you guys read on a normal basis?
Me, one of my favorite books is The Game of Life.
Get out.
She's
That's
gonna do
my
that a lot.
book.
She's gonna do that a lot.
I fell asleep last night to Florence Scovel-Shinn.
Yes.
And it was The Success Something. She wrote it in 1945. And I'm like, what am I listening to? But it was so good. I love The Game of Life.
Yes, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It would definitely bring you out of a dark place if you feel that that's a time that you may be in for yourself. It'll bring you to the light instantly because there's so many things in there that everyone can relate to. And it just on an everyday basis of if it's something as simple as you're not liking your job and you're feeling like you're in a certain place in space and you want to come out of it, that book will help you.
That's
Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
I read that book before this happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, wait. We did a trial run with the two of us, and then I went to DC, and then I had some downtime. I went to a bookstore, and I love self-help books. I
too.
live for them.
Yeah.
Me too.
I live for them so much. And this little red book just was like calling my name. And I picked it up and I opened it. And I was like, I like that it's small and it's light. And I opened the first page and I was like, yep, I'm supposed to read this.
Cool.
So when I got back from DC, it was a go that we were going to do this show. And I was like, yes. Because like I had written
Beautiful.
down all the things that I want and all the things that, you know, bring me joy and just like tapping into that frequency. And,
Yes.
Yeah. And anyway, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Watch our
You
first
might have-
episode.
you might have told me, I
Watch our
forgot.
first episode, and I talk about the game of life on our first episode.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, this is wild.
awesome.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about weird things. Now it's Arielle's turn.
I would say your soul's plan, your soul's gift, many lives, many masters, 5 lives remembered.
Wow, 5 lives remembered and many masters sounds so intriguing.
Yes.
I wanna want to read those.
So do you think you guys were like something in a past life?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
What do you think that was?
Definitely. And just to go into detail to explain that. So this has been happening for the last 3 years. And I told her what I'm going to do for myself is make a concoction to separate us in the sense of, so let me get into this.
You want weird?
Yes,
My neck was in pain the other night for the last 3 nights. So she calls me yesterday. My pain is gone. She's like, yeah, I had to go to the chiropractor because my neck was killing me. And I'm like, would you please not tell me that? And the reason why that bothered me in a sense, because for the last 3 years, this has been going on. She has leg pains. I have leg pains. She has back problems.
Yes.
I have back problems. And we're never around each other.
wild.
So definitely a connection from the past life. There's no denying that. So yeah, this is what it comes to the point of me making my concoction to allow me to live my life and she to live hers. Yeah.
What is this concoction? Can we get onto it on
Are you
this
trying to
live show?
get away from me? Don't get away.
Hey, for everyone, it's something different, you know. And what I practice, there's elements of the earth where you can combine together for a certain person to center themselves energy-wise. And it's simple products that exist that corporations have taken for themselves to make many other different things. From anything that you consume or you buy to use in your house has an ingredient. So these are chemicals. So you're dealing with the alchemy of being a chemist. So something as simple as, I'm gonna keep it simple, black soap and apple cider vinegar is what we address as what you call a stripper bath, meaning it strips the energy off of your body
Oh gosh.
that has been connected with someone else. And
wow.
you literally, you'll see a layer of your skin floating in a tub.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Apple
so-
cider vinegar? Really?
Yes,
stripper?
yes,
Wow.
yes. So for females, the clear; for men, the brown. And yeah, definitely.
Wow.
And if you want to intensify, add lemon to it. You know, lemon
Wow.
automatically, when it comes to energy on the inside, when it combines with your cell, it's either energy booster for you, ups the morale of how you feel and how you're thinking and everything. So
I've heard that like on like technical pages that I follow, they say that like always ingest lemon. It's good for your digestion. It's good for like apparently everything's, and you put it in better words. So that's.
yeah, definitely.
Did you like travel somewhere to like Nepal or something and come back and it's just like omniscient? Or, like did you just like come from like our hometown and now you're just like still on the?
Different universe?
Yeah, like, I don't understand like how this happens.
I like that, a different uterus.
Yeah.
I travel many places. Recently, I spent right at 11 months in Mexico, in the jungle with the shamans and things out there, studying
I can hear that. I don't know why.
studying plant medicine and just the culture, period. I spent time in Tanzania and Africa in the jungle with the tribes. And I'm going to say, yeah, you got to be tough.
For Tanzania.
Yeah, you got to be tough.
I heard their prime minister is like no joke.
Look, their children are no joke.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Here in LA, what I've noticed, you have a lot of people walking around with their doggies on a leash. I witnessed, you may have been 3 or 4, walking around with a bull.
A bull.
Yeah, a bull.
What's that?
A bull.
Like
A bull.
Like a bull. Like with
Yeah,
with
yeah, with
horns.
horns.
Oh, like a bull.
Yeah.
Like a bull. Yeah, I guess there's like 3 different ways to say bull.
Wait, on a leash? For
Yeah,
protection?
no leash.
It just
leash?
guiding it with a similar. This is my staff. I don't know what it was for him, but he was definitely telling it what to do, and it was listening.
Wow.
So to me, I was like, wow, we are really kind of weak here in America, you know.
Yeah.
I need to get myself a
Mindset-wise.
bull.
Yeah.
Especially in
And
LA.
when it came to eating food that day in the morning, it was the children. They were cooking. They were going around cooking and serving the place. These are children that definitely wouldn't be old enough to work here. You know, so I had a different perspective when I left Africa, and I was just like, the morale of how I thought changed.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just
Last question. What prompts you to go to these places?
it's just where I'm pulled. The universe pulls me there.
Always
Yeah, it's
going.
like I started many years ago on my journey, meditation, and it changed my life. Literally changed my life. I died. So I used to be a bodybuilder, and
Really?
and I went through a divorce, and I used bodybuilding as my way of clearing my mind. It was an outlet. So one thing I noticed about myself is that I was putting so much energy into bodybuilding, nothing else mattered. And you know, when it comes to bodybuilders, the main thing is to be bulky and stuff like that. So it led me to eating, you know, meat, steak, chicken, anything that, you know, that bulks the body up. But what a person doesn't realize while you're doing all that, the reason why you're so bulky, because the food is not digesting.
Right.
And those things are, you know, once they're dead, they're dead.
Right.
The life force of it is dead. So me during the time, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was a meathead, you know. It's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger now. He's pushing, you know, veganism.
Yeah.
He did a whole movie on that.
Yes. What was the name of that?
Game changers.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that
so
movie
and he
much.
talks about how they lied to them back in the days, but you couldn't tell them that why they were winning.
Right.
So for me, just I was a bodybuilder and I was back and forth with meditation. So one day I'm getting ready for my show and I had like the craziest meal
What'd you have?
from KFC. So, you know, during the holidays, they have a turkey.
Oh no, they do.
Yeah.
KFC.
Yes.
Place where it just has chicken.
Yes.
It's like a turkey, a hen, or something, but they have the full thing. So I ordered that for myself.
Okay.
Two
was
sides
this?
of
KFC.
KFC.
No, but
yeah.
where were you?
I was living in Atlanta at the time.
Okay.
Two sides of fries.
Oh.
Two sides of mashed potatoes.
Oh, jeez.
The pies that they have. Two sodas.
The sodium is making me sweat right now.
Macaroni cheese, two beans.
Yeah.
That's how I was eating. And after I finished my meal, I got up and took 2 steps and had a heart attack.
Oh my
And
gosh.
here's what's interesting about that heart attack. I was still standing, but I was stone. I was hard as a rock.
Well,
Really, you couldn't move.
I couldn't move. Nothing could move. Nothing. I couldn't even blink. And tears rolled down my eyes. But I felt the life force actually leave my heart.
oh my gosh.
It's like air was being pulled from my chest.
Wow.
And while that was taking place, the first thing I thought about was my children. I was like, I gotta be here for them. So here's where it gets kind of weird. There's
Right here? I'm just kidding.
It's not weird yet.
I'm just kidding.
It was the perfect timing. It was like, with the middle of a heart attack, here's where it gets you.
So I hear this voice come into my head, and this voice was so loud it shook the building. This is what I was experiencing.
Wow.
So I'm thinking like, okay, this is really trippy right now. I don't know whether to focus on the heart attack or the voice. But out of all the things in the world, the voice said to me, you can stay here if you help people. And in my head, I'm like, what do you mean help people? Help people with their spirits and help people with their health. And I just didn't get that at the time. But I knew one thing, I wanted to stay here. So, I agreed. And as soon as I agreed, I felt all of the life force energy come back to my heart and I can breathe again. I was able to breathe again. And so from that point, that journey started for me, and that was in 2008.
Okay.
When that took place with me, and I still was lost afterwards. I still was trying to put together what had took place with me. And so just being who I am like anybody else, you know, in the flesh, I'm going back to, well, at least I'm going back to. I go to pick up some meat, and then I hear that voice again, don't test.
Oh.
Don't test.
So you can't even like touch the meat anymore.
So yeah, I cold turkeyed in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, I cold turkey in and became a vegan, and I was lost, didn't know what to eat, didn't know how to go about, you know, what to ingest. I would just fruits and vegetables, which did not feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I had to start studying and researching, and I was fortunate enough to run into very powerful being. His name was Dr. Sebi.
Oh, Dr. Sebi, S-E-B-I?
Yes,
You
exactly.
met him?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wow.
The mango guy?
It's the what?
No.
The mango
He's not
guy?
like he's like a holistic diet person who's like fighting all of America's health system at
Yes.
one point.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The
I know.
mango guy.
Well, he talks about mangoes also, but he's not like a mango guy.
Oh, okay, I had the wrong person.
Yeah.
I was getting super excited.
Yeah, but he was a blessing to me, and he dropped so many jewels on me, him and his son, and they really, really, really took to me, and I appreciated it because they helped me become who I am today. And even then, they spoke the words. They're like, you living a life like this, you're gonna become really, 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 really tapped in. And even then, I didn't know what they was talking about, but they were telling the truth. And rest in peace, his soul.
Right.
From that point, I just kind of took in what I was taught and put everything together and became who I am, and just started teaching people myself, and got all kinds of certifications to back it. And I just love doing what I do, traveling, speaking truth, and helping people.
Your story's back it for us. We don't need your certifications.
Yeah, no
love it.
certifications needed here. I wish we could have you both longer. I'm so
I have so many
enamored with
questions,
this. I said this the other day. We have sick care, not health care. So I'm so glad that you have this book out. Make sure you check out the Little Black Book of Secrets. It's on our carousel. Arielle, Pranna, it's an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank
these
you.
are your cameras. Plug away. Say whatever you want to the universe that's listening.
Hey, universe, everybody out there, I just want you to know one thing. You are what you are and have always been. So keep walking your path and never give up. Stay elevated and motivated. I love you if nobody else does.
Aw.
Arielle.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bringing the good energy. And wherever you are today, make sure you have a good day.
Yes, that's right.
Always a good day.
Always.